for the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we, and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How you doing? This is Sir Rod, Rodney Grimes, your host for the People's Talk Show podcast. I am, again, coming to you with some powerful information. I have a very close dear friend of mine whom I call Queen Rachel. And she has so much information to share. She has been going through a lot in her journey that she wants to share this to let people know that they're not alone in their struggle. And the title of our podcast tonight is the personal fight with long haul COVID. How you doing, Queen Rachel?
Hey, I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm excited to have you back on the program because this is not your first time supporting the People to People podcast. We've done several different things. But before we get into this real serious conversation, what I would like for you to do is just tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a country girl from North Carolina, raised as a sharecropper's daughter on the farm. Love nature, eating right. You know, we grew our own food, and I'm an artist by heart. And I've been in many art contests and things like that. And I wound up being in the National Museum of Women in the Arts in their library. And following what my art teacher told me to do is use your gift to help others. So I figured out a way how to do that and wrote grants for the projects to bring community together as an artist in resident in the Prince George's County, Maryland area. And from there, when I did variation of art forms from photography to modeling, setting up sets of stage props, background art, and the list goes on with that. And then I started doing face painting, and then we had the shutdown. So that's when I got into painting on my face, using my face as a canvas to entertain people while they were locked in their homes. So that's where
A little bit. And what was the name of the show that you were doing?
To entertain the people at home.
Yeah, it was called
Who Am I?
Who Am I? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and
it grew.
Well, you know, that was very entertaining at the time, and still looking forward to you to bring it back because it was amazing on your skills and how you were going about doing things. But today, we're going to be a little more on a serious note on another topic that has become a very serious battle in your life. The fight. The fight against the law called COVID.
Yeah.
So you know, I being in your life, I understand. I've seen how critical it was for you. I've seen how you battled it, and still battle with it and deal with it as we speak. When you first encountered COVID, Do you know how you came across it, and just tell me kind of what it did to you?
Okay, so during that process, when they had to shut down and everything, um, we my king and I, we were being very careful while we out in public and everything like that because we were trying to get more hear more study on the V's, the pew pew before we even try it. Me, myself, and I had already had a previous chronic condition years ago, which was fibromyalgia syndrome. And for that, I learned to get off of 23 meds and did things holistic and wound up in remission. But when I caught it when he came home with it from a trip, because he's a professional driver. And when he came home, I didn't even recognize who he was, but I let him in to take care of him. And I took care of him for up to 4 days. How COVID triggered him, it attacked his brain where he lost some of his memory. He couldn't remember the plane and none of that. But anyway, I called for him to go to the hospital, and with his COVID, he actually passed away, and they revived him when he got to the hospital. So that's his journey. But within that week, I was feeling fatigue, and my menstruation came on, and then when it came on, it came on like flooded clots, and I couldn't control it, So um, I wound up I wound up passing out because I was expecting you and Zena to come deliver that famous suit you got, and I was getting dressed, so I don't know how I wound up on the couch, but I was bleeding out on the couch, and y'all called the police, and I heard you yelling, and next thing I know, I went down over the table. My legs gave out. I couldn't walk, and I tried to pull myself towards the door. I think I heard Zena, and I heard the cops yelling. I think it was the cops, but I heard it. I said yes. Next thing I don't know nothing else other than me waking up in ICU 4 days later.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna help out for our viewers and kind of get in there because
Okay.
you had became so ill, and we knew about your process of dealing with your significant other, um, that you was taking care of him, but then it ended up both of y'all becoming very very sick
Mhm.
because of your relationship with Zena and y'all communicating on the level that y'all do. When you weren't responding, she knew something was wrong.
Mhm.
Now, a lot of people may not understand how serious COVID was at the time, but if you had any illnesses, it just compounded, and it really really became an issue. So when you weren't answering the phone, we literally came over. We couldn't hear you. Um, we called the police and the ambulance. I mean, not the ambulance, but the fire department guy. They came as well.
Mhm.
And the police had told us, he said he couldn't open up, he couldn't kick your door in or do anything until we could prove you were in there,
Mhm.
and and at that point that you needed help.
Right.
So I remember we could hardly hear you, and we didn't know that you had become so sick at the time. We had no idea, but we knew by you not calling and not conversing with Zeno like you normally do, we knew something was wrong. Because I don't care if you go to Tupelo, Mississippi, I know you and her gonna talk.
Yeah.
So it was at a point that I was letting the officer know I'll kick the door in if I have to. But he was like, no, we can get the door open, just hold on, because the fire department was there. But long story short, when we finally heard you, and then we heard you fall,
Yeah.
and that's when he was like, okay, let's open the door. And to see you in that condition, it was uh, it was devastating to both of us, but such a relief to know that you were still alive,
Yeah.
we was able. And I really believed if we hadn't have come, and maybe one more day or two, it would have took you out of here.
Oh yeah. I was in Lala. I was in peace. I know that much when I was under. But yeah, and I appreciate you both doing what you had done. You know,
Now, so here, where are you today? Because you still have symptoms, correct?
I have now going over 25 symptoms that occur every day. Even sitting right here, stuff is going on with my feet right here, right now. And of course, my eyesight right now. But um, that my family just left visiting me for the first time out of 4 years to see me since I got COVID. And I had an issue, big issue, while I was away. The hotel temperature was set. It went low, and I woke up freezing and wound up immediately catching a cold. And I swelled up overnight. And I was in a lot of pain, but I enjoyed the company. And I said, well, when I get home, I have to treat myself and relax, and just sleep. The more I sleep, the better I feel. We call it pacing. So if I'm doing anything, I got to pace myself way ahead of time if I got to do something, anything. And that's the that's the other part. And since I am autoimmune compromised, I have to be careful being around crowds or people I don't know, how they maintain their health. I have to wear a mask. And I saw people watching me while I was wearing my mask. That was a big reason why I'm sick, you know, but I easily could catch things real quick. But go ahead. Yeah, I have over 20 symptoms, and the critical ones, you know, I had endometrial cancer. It came upon me, and that's dealing with the clots and everything that I was going through, and I defeat that. Had a full hysterectomy when they changed my medication, and the clots came back again. And now the- is trigeminal neuralgia, dealing with my face, all three nerves. Like this is nerve number one, nerve number two with the sinus, and nerve number three from half of my chin go all the way to my jaw. And the nerves trigger right here and go behind the ear to the back where the skull is right here. And the neurologist said that the only thing they could do is the surgery back here or take gabapentin for seizures and things. So I said, give me the medication. Let me tell you something. They call it ah what was the name? They call it suicidal disease. Uh it is so painful, especially when a wind hit me. Wind and the temperature is below 30 something, it triggers the jawline right in here, this nerve, and it makes me not talk. I can't talk. If it hit here, it seems like the blood vessel just was pulled in the back of my head, and all right in here, feel like somebody smacked me. I say it's like you have an earache, and a wisdom tooth ache, and you've been hit by Mike Tyson right all up in here, right down here, and you just don't want to do anything but be in the dark and just cry until the
So
pain
so
goes.
so let me
Every,
ask you. Let me ask you this. Now, with all these things that were taking place, because you being a holistic healer, um, was everything diagnosed when you was in the hospital when we had to kick the door in and so forth and so on?
not
Was everything diagnosed at that time when you had COVID?
yeah, the doctor they did a test, and I had COVID pneumonia when I was at ICU. But all these other things start adding on to me while I'm waiting to be seen by the COVID specialist. I I didn't get to see no COVID specialist. My insurance did not have a specialist there. They kept saying I had this, and this, which was the wrong tests for me. I need to go to NIH or John Hopkins or GW, where at the time when they had the funding to investigate back then the funding was taken away from a lot of the different um, clinics to study us
Now, with
during that time.
that, then I'm kind of jumping around.
Yeah.
Okay, where I'm going with this because I kind of want the audience to understand that when you say long haul COVID, you are still fighting it as we speak.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you had also got involved with some individuals whom was doing study and getting information in reference to the COVID. Because now I just want to put this out there because a lot of people don't know how serious this whole thing
No.
is, and possibly could be even worse in the future.
Mhm.
I recall myself that I became very, very ill. I'm not one to get sick often.
Yeah.
I was on a men's retreat, and long story short, because this is really not about me, but I'm kind of just wanted to tell my part when I realized that I had caught something that just wasn't a regular flu or a cold,
Mhm.
and that's the sickest I had ever been in my life. Ending uh, um, ending up to a point where I was in the bed being nursed, taken care of by my wife. My wife ended up with it as well,
Mhm.
and when I tell you, it was dramatic. Now,
Yeah.
uh, seeing a lot of people, and during that time, it was a lot of people lost their life, and it had it so that when people was going into the hospital, that they weren't allowing people to come in there.
No one.
So when you went in, you happened to be in one of those situations
Oh
where
yeah.
yeah, nobody could come in even to
No one.
yeah.
No one. Actually, at the hospital, they had me like in a hallway at dead end of a hallway, and it had double doors for them to come in, and there was a little hallway right there, and then they had another double doors where they had written who my contact people are, and then I had a bathroom to the side. But when they transported me to rehab, so to teach me how to walk, um, they had a plastic door with a big zipper in the middle in front of the main door to come in my room, and it was the COVID area of everybody that has COVID because senior citizens live there, and when I hear that zipper, it alarmed me that someone is coming. But from that particular facility, that's where I got a lot of mistreatment there. but different.
What would you tell? I mean, in this day and time, because of course people are a little more health conscious now. We went through the phases where we were wearing the mask, people wearing gloves, people stopped hugging. I mean, that was devastating for many people because a lot of people who were used to hugging and greeting each other had stopped doing it, and it mentally started to affect individuals, which I still think it does today. And so when I hear long haul COVID, I don't just think of it about the symptoms and the effect that it had on your body, but I'm talking about what it did to your mental, your mind.
Big time, because I get far brain, but we get those who are affected like me, we get in the area of people really didn't care, or
Hmm.
we'll feel like we're a burden. The doctors will always gaslight each and every one of us. Like they want to pretend like we are talking out our heads and we don't know how our body works. But I knew how my body works. You know, I had someone prejudge me because of the size of me before they even said their name. This was a neurologist. So we feel like we've been put under the bus and they want to shut us down for not telling our stories to alarm the public. We we've been struggling getting our story out here because of what they already plan to put in people's head. Like it don't exist and it does. And so, we want to share with people what we're going through because the fact, just in case, if someone in your family do get it, you will know what to do because they're taking away a lot of things that they don't want you to know to help you. So that's why I took upon myself to do my own study, and y'all already know. So I went to to the other social media format, TikTok, and see if there were people out there that I could learn from that's already been through this. And there was other just like me searching, and I ran across this group called Oh Hello Heather. And she was just like me, but what she had done, she was asking nurses and doctors and everybody to come and speak to educate us because we had to practice on ourselves because the Mayo Clinic, a lot of them were shut down. So those that went to the Mayo Clinic, they came over to educate us, and that's when a mirror listened to me when I was on the gas because I can't take the regular medication. I get I get those side effects real quick in a hurry. So I'm taking a big risk and knowing what may happen to me, and then I got to kind of balance that using natural things. And once the pain go away, then I got to detox the medicine out of me. So that's how I met Amira, because I was speaking about the natural stuff. Because when you take these medicine, even though it will work for this thing, but the chemicals will create side effects.
Mm,
Okay, and so it's a circle
right.
to keep you on it, and then whatever the side effect is, you would get that another side effects from that medicine. And that's what happened to me with fibromyalgia. I was on 23 medication. Started off with one. Glenn Shepherd.
Uh, Go
Was
ahead.
a call in. So
No.
anyway, um that's what that's what Amira um, she was running case studies using natural things. She was talking to these scientists, doctors all over the world, other countries, of what they were doing to help people using natural things. And so we communicated, and she said she was doing a case study, and she searched the microbiome. She's that level of a scientist, and she has a master's degree in that. And so anyway, she broke that thing down to me, and I said, "Yes, I have this, and yes, I have that." And she and her son has a beautiful story of how she got into doing this case study, and I'm so thankful that she did that. And we have the stuff with us. Like, I took some with me, and I'm glad I did, because I would be worse off than what I am right now. So catch it right at the beginning. And I got some in my bottle right now, drinking it. So it's like a shot with this natural stuff in it, and I diluted it to keep me calm and stuff. But I just want people to know that these people exist, and there's resources out there with these groups. There's another group that's just focused on Black people that caught COVID, and it's local. The sister's local, and it's called the Black COVID Experience. Yeah, so she's good at doing that. And then on Facebook, there's other. You just put in the word COVID and watch what groups come up, and especially families for little kids that get COVID that can't speak for themselves. That's another trauma right there in the family. You know, how this kid gonna explain what's going on with them? And you saw the kids that passed out having heart attacks, and why they were playing sports. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, but
Piling up the
and
park.
I had quite a few friends whom I grew up with that quite a few of them passed away. We lost so many people within that first 2 years based on uh, the COVID situation.
Yeah,
Now
and
you being a holistic person, what would you tell a person right now who encounters COVID and because the symptoms, even though they give you something, it doesn't go away right away.
no, it don't.
So what? And we're not saying that you are a person that's gonna make everybody get well. We're not saying that. So
Now,
please,
this is my
yeah,
personal research for my body.
right.
I guess this is only my story that I'll share, because there's other people like me who don't want to take that medicine because they know what it would do to them. They want to go holistic. But one most important thing that I was trained to do before this, it was doing when I have fibromyalgia, is to find out what is missing from my body for its minerals and things like that that is depleted, and replace it, and then do another test to see how I felt. Did I get better when I was lack of potassium? Did I took more potassium, eating bananas and doing the coconut water and stuff like that? You got to find out what's missing, because everybody, believe it or not, I can't do iodine. I'm allergic to a lot of things. Iodine, when they put iodine in me, uh, when I had to have an MRI, I came out with all these rashes all over me, and I could not move from my neck down. And my father witnessed that, and then they injected me with something so it could go away. And that was my first indication I could not do anything with iodine in it. So if I get supplements, I got to look down the list of all the things that's in the supplements, multivitamins and things like that. I got to
Mhm.
make sure there's no iodine in that thing. Period. So so search and see what's missing, and build yourself up, and make sure you're not allergic to these things. um, the other thing is what I'm gonna say. Your doctor, your primary doctor, need to be educated and know if they know of a specialist that they can send you to. Cause I had took a test up in John Hopkins to see if I could qualify to be seen. They sent for a request for me to be seen to my insurance. I got denied, y'all. And then my primary doctor also sent a request for me. I got denied again, then I found out that they do accept my insurance. I just recently found this out. So here's another category of our people being denied of services. I'm one of them. And I'm pretty sure you know about what took place with the dude that dealt with the insurance person, what he did, because he was denied. But there's a lot of us being denied. It
Well,
can't.
I want to take this opportunity to say for everyone who's just joining in, this is the People to People podcast. I'm your host, Rodney Grimes. My guest today is I call her Queen Rachel. This is Rachel Pope, the artist. She is a community activist in so many ways. She's a whole. She's a natural healer. Um, and what you call it? Because holistic healer, and she has been dealing with this long haul COVID for a minute. So if there's anyone out there who would like to call in and join in the conversation, you can call in on 301 793 7342. That's 301 793 7342.
I wanted to
Again,
say, yeah,
uh,
I wanted to say, so I won't forget when I was talking about the young lady, the organization that's doing the case study. That's another person that they need to know. Um, it's called her website www dot long covid association.org. Y'all go check that out if y'all want to be a part of that study. Those that are affected, you know, and
so, and so, how do you feel now that so many people have had the opportunity to experience it? How do you feel? Do you think that we are in safe zone with it right now, or do you and do? I mean, and I'm just. I know you're not a doctor or anything, but I'm just asking your personal opinion. Do you think that we're in a kind of area where we are be able to deal with it a little better if
well,
we get a string of it to come out real heavy?
they're still doing studies now. Better, um, pew pew. I'm gonna say because they forever creating all those things all the time for all kinds of disease. They have to do that, so they know how to fight it, so it won't affect the whole world like it did with this one here, get out of hand. But the thing is, when they do that, they need to experiment on it a little longer because that's how it's supposed to be. But for people who are already affected, you know, it's still critical to all of us. Rodney, there's a lot of people had crossed over themselves because they couldn't bear the pain. Not only that, it affected and separated family members. I personally seen it for myself. This elderly lady, her kids left her, and then her husband left her, and she just said, "I'm not gonna be on anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do on her couch." Um, People have relocated because of the situation of how should I say it? Just from wearing masks, they've been attacked and they have to leave situation, leave a whole town. Um, People feeling burdened. They want to stay in the house and not bother no one. You know, we got all these things. I literally have a couple people I know who whose eyeball had to be removed. You literally got to see the different stages of this young lady trying to smile throughout the whole thing. And it literally was gradually being pulled down. And I didn't know it, but when I looked at her, they took her eye. Now, that she wearing beautiful patches and accepting it, But life goes on. But I'm here to say these things are floating out here. We can't see it, but it's still there. It is
Yeah,
still there. And that's the reality of it.
yeah.
Be
I, I,
careful.
I would definitely say that it's important for people to educate themselves. Um, I I was just a little blown by the fact that uh, when it first came out, and shortly after, so many people was dying, they had us where they were demanding individuals to take the shot.
Mhm. Mhm.
I recall being in a situation where it said if I wanted to maintain employment that I had to take the shot.
Yeah.
But when I got to the location to take the shot, they also said that I had to sign a document saying that I did not hold them responsible
Mhm.
for any side effects, which really kind of I couldn't understand it because I was like, okay, how is it that I'm somewhat being demanded to take this shot, but yet I'm also saying I won't hold you responsible if it does something to me. Me personally, um, I've had some issues that I care not to discuss publicly, but
Yep.
some things happened after I did take the shot, and also even after my wife had taken the shot,
Mhm.
I saw her go through some changes as well.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
So to everyone out there, don't get too comfortable and think that the struggle with COVID is gone. Understand that there's so much information still need to be shared. It's a lot that people need to know. Queen Rachel, who is still dealing with the side effects um, to this day, have had some bouts with COVID that was like beyond anything that we had uh, been prepared for.
Yeah.
Because we were so close to you, we saw how it was affecting you, and knowing how you are and how you were about your body. I know
Yep.
that you wasn't a person that abused your body because you everything you did was natural, and I saw you um, do different things that was naturally healing you. And I remember, I got to tell this story because some people may not believe this. Uh, you are a natural healer. You remember that time um, I was having a real bad headache or something was going on with me,
Yeah.
and you pulled it, you set me in the chair, and you pulled whatever was going on out through the top of my head. You remember that?
I do. See, now this is funny. As okay, now you gonna bring this out of me, right? Okay. Since he got on this, y'all, because I written my notes. I'm gonna go into this because it's time. It's time for me to reveal. Because I put down here stepping out to shine for people like myself to be a beacon of light, a hope. Um, because over the years of me being close to nature, observing nature from a seed, and I think I shared this with y'all, just like my mom say, you got to grow from dirt in order to blossom, right? Everything is has energy, right? The universe, everything inside, outside has energy, has frequency, vibration. And you know how people say when something happened to someone and they pass out, and they say, stand back so they can breathe, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because we all have that space. You just reach your hands out, stretch it. We have the space of your energy pouring out through your skin. Okay, and you can feel it. If you put your hands together like this,
Yeah.
you extend it out like this, and the
Yeah.
more you extend it, you can feel something
Yes.
like the magnet,
Yes.
like right now. Okay, so that's the healing energy. And so people can transfer their energy to someone who don't have the right energy at that time. And
Right.
that's what I was doing. I was giving you my energy and expelling yours out
Mm-hmm.
that way. So I just go into a zone of prayer, healing prayer over you, and pray that this will work for you. But you got to be willing to believe also. That's
Well,
what you.
well. Let me say this. It was so funny. That's not the only time that you have done
Yeah.
something and helped me to do something naturally. I am a
Right.
gentleman. I like doing things naturally as well. But that incident, because I suffer from migraines, I don't like to indulge in any type of area where I'm going to get a headache because a migraine is not what I want.
Right.
And that day, I forgot where we were, and I don't know if we was in your house or you was at my house or what, but I remember you said, "Do you trust me?" And I said, "Yes." And you said, "Well, then come over here and sit down." And I got in the chair, and as I wear a hat a lot of times, you had me take my hat off. And if I remember, you was rubbing your hands or something like that or something, and you was rubbing your hands, and then
Yes.
I remember you going across my head, and I think you was doing it in a circle or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny that while you was doing that, I was feeling it leaving me. And some people would, I mean, they would think I'm crazy. No, I'm telling you, God is my witness. It was so amazing that you was able to pull it out of me. And
Yeah.
then I had an understanding when they talk about sometimes when you're going through these processes and meditating and going outside and stand or to the in the earth on the ground with no shoes on, let it get directly with the earth. And I do that too,
Yeah.
that it played a factor.
Yes.
So not that we I don't want to get off track on because this is about the long haul COVID. I want
Yes.
people
But
to
it's true.
know that through the process of individuals like Queen Rachel, when
Yes.
you do encounter the natural remedies that God has placed on this earth
Yes.
with people and with the things that we could use plants, different type of fruits and vegetables, different type of seasonings and things. They all play a factor, and it's real in the
Yeah.
healing process. And
Yes.
that's
It's
why individuals who are dealing with the long haul COVID need to have the study that you and your individuals are doing
yes.
um, to move forth to get information out. And as
Yes.
I know, you who have been making many sacrifices um, with your studies,
Yes.
you know, it was many times that I know um, you were saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this sacrifice for these individuals so that I can get them out. I'm looking
Yeah.
for something while I'm doing this, and I remember um, you um, I remember you just making time to help other people,
Yeah.
and so um, I tell you what I'm looking for is
But why you said that, let me confirm. So what he's talking about is twice a year I will go out with the health fair community. What was it? Congressional Black Caucus was one. The NBC4 Health Expo was another one. My affiliation with Howard University Hospital uh, outreach program, I was part of their team, and I will offer the creative relaxation zone, and it was like an obstacle course that people get to see the artwork, participate in it, and then the Ayo Hande do the breathing part. Because when you do all that, it helps release the stress by the time you get to see me, and I become an empathic listener. But I had equipment. But the thing I want to say that I give all what has been done with me, through me, within me, and outwardly is because the vision that God has shown me how to do it, He would do the rest. He used me and continuously uses me. And that's the way I live, So it's all Him, I give it all to Him, So I want to explain that. And now He's taking me to another level now, dealing with the things I'm dealing with long haul COVID. He's having me to say, hey, look, it's time for you to go out now and tell your story, share the testimonies, So here I am. I'm stepping out. I'm telling you, y'all, this thing had me down where I had low self esteem of coming live again because of the tremors and because of losing my hair and my eyesight. But when I did Harry Tubman, I decided to break that. That was a very detailed piece, and I did it with the bad vision and all, but I'm back.
I I'm trying to do something what I want to do here. I'm changing some information, so don't mind me as you still continue to talk. But what I would like to do, I'm putting uh, your information out. Support.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Support.
Yeah,
Support.
because I want to continuously help the community in a safe way for myself, and being a guest speaker for health fairs and events through Zoom, those that's doing things by Zoom, and as well, I'm continuing my artwork. I'm gonna try to do it right now every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. The Who Am I? And I have a lineup of the pieces I want to do. But as it stands right now, I'm dealing with the government system, which, going on 4 years, I've still been denied. So, I'm seeking help from my community to support me until something come through. And I want to say thank you to those who are on the kindness team community who's been helping me, like you and Zena, Beth Basket, Katrina, and the Sam and everybody else, my family. You know, um, I just want to say thankful and how grateful I am to each and every one of y'all pouring into me to keep me going. You know.
Um, I want to say this many times. People will look at what we do and they be like, "Oh, people always asking." Even when you go to church, people asking for money. People asking for this. People ask for that. Let me say this: a lot of us that make sacrifices, We make sacrifice unconditionally. We do it with love. We do it with an open heart. And we want to say, hey, when you bless me, I can bless somebody else. So, excuse me, with that said, I did add your Cash App into the screen so that anybody that want to reach out and say, hey, we appreciate what you've done. We appreciate the studies. We appreciate how you make sacrifice, even though you're still struggling.
Did you
It's,
put two D's in that kit?
uh, I don't know if I did or not. I'll find out. Uh, let's make sure that I did it
I
right.
got check my eyesight, so
Yeah,
it's
I
small.
think. Oh yeah, it's two D's. It is.
It's one
It's
D.
huh.
It's one D.
So not two.
No, not two.
Okay, then let me correct that. Um, so that we don't want nobody sending nothing to nobody else. So it's one D.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have that. I have okay. So I'm gonna call it out. With what's there is the dollar sign, capital K, then ITS, the number 4, capital K, IDS.
There you go.
Okay. So
Cause I'm like,
I just want to get back in there to say, individuals who watch the program later, you know, I
yeah,
mean, why not bless somebody who's blessing others? Why not say, hey, we want to send something out to say, you know what? Thank you for what you do. I'm not talking about just what you've done with the research and going out and doing the things to help people with COVID. I'm
yeah,
talking about the things that you did before you had COVID.
yeah,
And you were reaching out, you were helping people write grants.
yep,
You was coming out speaking in different engagements.
yeah,
You have always been a supporter of the People podcast, but I'm talking about with so many of your other friends that you have given unconditionally, and so me putting this putting your Cash App on here, I don't want people to think, no, this is not us begging. This is us saying, be a blessing. Just be a
yeah.
blessing. It's not hard to do that. And
No,
and so, Lady Z, can we? Uh, I want to. Me, a lot of times, I don't ask people to do something I ain't gonna do.
yeah.
So I'm gonna start off with can we Cash App? And I don't want it to be hard for nobody because I want you to at least match what I'm going to send. Can we Cash App $50 starting? Would that be? Can we do that? Okay. So Queen Rachel, while we on the air,
Yeah.
um, I am going to. You know what?
No, I don't know
Huh?
what. I don't know what.
I'm getting ready to tell you what. I'm increasing. I'm increasing that to $100 because
Really try to get me.
because Queen Rachel, you've never denied uh, us of your love, your help, your support, and you're just an amazing woman, and you do that unconditionally.
Yep.
And so, if someone wants to challenge me, or you want to say, "Okay, Rodney, man, I'm going. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that too." That's fine. If you can't, I'm not mad, and don't get in your feelings because we love you regardless. But as I said, you've helped us too many times. I'm talking even when you have been struggling. Uh, there you go. Please tell me if it comes right through. This is from Sir Rod and Lady Z from the People to People podcast, the People Talk Show podcast. We want to tell you we appreciate you. If we could do more, we will. Um, but again, we put that in there, and anybody that just to see this later on, I hope that
Yes, thank you.
it came through.
Yes, it
Uh,
came through.
you're an amazing person, and people can watch this program and they can see um, that you made some sacrifices. And I'm getting ready to throw myself out there.
What?
Many times you have put yourself on the line and been kicked off of different social media platforms for telling people the truth,
Yeah,
and yet you still come back
I still come back.
and do it again.
Yeah,
Tell the truth.
yep.
That's again you not being selfish because you could easily say, you know what, they keep kicking me off, they keep kicking me off, keep kicking me off, but you keep coming back and say, look, I'm not gonna not share the information.
Right.
You dealing with the long COVID situation and all the information you shared with us helped us too. Um, your Zena is your best friend. I know that,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Uh, uh, I've never seen her protect somebody as at the level she protects you, um, and so I'm sure that she wished we could do even more. But I wanted to do that. I don't want to ask somebody to do something I'm not going to do. You know,
Right.
if I want you to clean the bathroom, I go clean the bathroom first and clean it at the level that I want it clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, to the guests who may come on the program, I just want to say we got a woman that makes sacrifices on levels that's unbelievable and unseen, and she don't ask anybody really for anything.
I don't.
So I was sitting here and the Holy Spirit was telling me, it says, you know what? Take your cash app off and put hers on. And at the same time, make a contribution to her. And when I was, I don't know why, I get this what you call it, teleportal,
What?
telepathy. So when I said $50, I don't know why my wife was saying make it 100. Um, that's just what got in my head. I don't know. So I'm just that's just what I felt, huh?
Mm,
So you know,
love energy. That was,
see what you say?
you felt the love energy. Cause
Yeah,
I want to really, want to stress that highly because the way the world is now, that the relationship like Zena and I and you, the world need to feel that, you know, we need to move away from the fear and turn it to a powerful love connection.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, extremely high level of the frequency to vibrate that love and care
yes,
for one another.
yes,
Humanity alone, you know, to heal everybody that is in this space. It's such a wonderful feeling when you flow in that energy and just coast away, knowing you in good hands of the Lord.
yeah,
Okay? You follow that flow of energy because guess what? He already did all the work for you. We
Yeah,
just got to be on this planet knowing that he did a flow with what God has stored for us.
yeah,
You know, wonderful things we couldn't even imagine for us when we do that.
yeah,
But also remember, we do have some of that evil stuff that's out there. These people doing what they put on this planet to do. But guess what? If it come to you, guess what? If you stay focused, it's gonna be a mirror effect where it's gonna flash right back to the sender.
yeah. And let me say this, and it's in my spirit to say this. A lot of times we have a tendency to want not to give, and we be thinking, oh man, here's somebody else. They need help. I need help. But what I do know, when you give freely with an open heart and mind, you receive double back.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's a process of when we realize that individuals like yourself who come on the program and say, look, I just want to help you. I just want to talk about what's going on. I just want to let you know you're not alone. We should, I don't care if it's 5, 10, 15, $20. It's not going to kill you to send out something to say, hey, the energy, you don't have to say it's the Holy Spirit. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it the good heart thought. Said, let me bless uh, Rachel Pope, and just say, hey, you know what? I want you to know that I know you went through a struggle. You're still struggling. I know you are. You may not say it, but I'm not trying to put your business out there, but I know that you're still fighting.
You see, bro, you see me squirming over here.
Yeah. And I know, and we get ready to shut it down because I know it took a lot for you to sit down. Nobody knows what you go through, but we do. We know some of the days when you can't move, when you can't walk.
Just to hold
And
my body up,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, and then to the point where, um, again, you're constantly giving and giving and giving. So, I just want to tell you, thank you personally for coming on the program, sharing your story. If everybody came on, they'll see you on there every time we on there. I don't care, even when you sick. And for the TikTok family that supports you, we say kudos. I see. I've met quite a few people, but I can tell you this, and then we're gonna be out of here. God has something big planned for us.
Yeah. And I
And when I
know
say us, I'm talking about me, you, and all those individuals that have been supporting the People to People podcast, all of those that were supporting Beth Creations, all
yeah.
of those that been promoting uh, uh, Katrina, Prophet Katrina. What's the name of her? Do you know the name of her organization?
Uh, it's New Glory. Wait a minute. She could have changed it. Cause
But
I don't know. But
she'll
right now,
know. She'll know. I can't wait. But all of us who, in the beginning, when COVID first started, we were struggling here and there. We came out and we were supporting each other. And believe it or not, um, let me
it was
see.
Glory.
I got to check something out.
You look it up.
Wait, I'm coming. I'm coming. Don't y'all leave me.
Well, I'm gonna stay on the same thing with that energy thing
She
because,
said, "Amen. Double your troubles."
huh?
Uh, Beth said, first of all, she said, "I hope you can do it, Rachel. I miss you. I, I, I'm something game. I don't know what she meant to
Who
put.
am I? Let me
Oh, who am I? Game." She said, "I miss who am I game." She said, "I appreciate my sister friend for all that she do." Um, Miss Smith
see.
Colvin, she said, "Amen. Double for your troubles." Yes, God have a plan for us, and He does. To many people who come into my cousin Walter Shepherd, who's a advocate of supporting the People podcast. I mean, not just he does it financially, but he does it by being a faithful follower, encouraging me,
Yeah,
um, and so many other people. We talking Angela Gomez uh,
please. Arizona.
from Arizona, my dear friend Della Johnson, uh, uh, who I think Della's still down in Atlanta, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, Someone who I love dearly, and she has been an inspiration, helping me and encouraging me. And it's been so many other people. Penny Frazier, she's another one that has been my friend Dr. Tina Curl, another supporter. We just talk about different people who have been in the program and helping us. Um, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. With Susie Pritt, what's how I say it for me? Pritchett, Susie Pritchett. Susie Pritchett, another supporter. Brenda Minnick, another supporter. I'm talking about. I could go on and on and on. We have so many people that have jumped in there, and they've been helping to keep us motivated to keep moving on. So I want to say I send peace and blessings to you, and the blessings that's going to come to us is for all of us. I promise you that. You're going to see things going to be changing. How about that?
Agree with that. And I wanna also give some shout outs to my COVID family. I wanna give some names of the people I learned from, which was Heather that I mentioned, Amira, the Long COVID Association. Y'all go check that out. If you have COVID, please check that out. And Remy, who also has it. Paul, he ran a program on Sundays, but go check out on TikTok these people names that I'm calling or follow who I'm following. It was Remy, Jay. You remember Jay the DJ?
Oh yes, yes.
Jay the DJ, him for supporting me and a part of the group as well. Who we got? Ray and Stormy. Ray is the one had the dogs jumping up and down during the celebration, my birthday celebration. She trains the dogs to be like service dogs and stuff. And we have Christina Page. I want to say thank you to all of those people. If I didn't call your name, like y'all, please forgive me. But I just want to acknowledge them. Mike with the pet store. He came through and sent me some cat food for my cats. And that was so nice of him.
Well, I can tell you, Queen Rachel, again. I want to read that Fatima Smith's COVID said, "Good measures pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give unto your buses." That's word. But business. That's what it's supposed to be. Business. Okay. Sometimes you want to put something in there, but it's saying buzzer, but it's business.
You
Um,
dyslexic right there.
hey, sometimes when you say stuff on here, it write whatever it want to write. But again, you got a lot of supporters. Again, Beth Creations, we love you. To all our supporters, I'm talking about Horace Williams, Maria Hughes. We talk about come on, I hate winning. Dr. Tyson Lynch. We can go on and on and on. Hughes,
Cole, Cole,
Howard Hughes, um,
Cole,
Harold Hughes. I mean,
yeah.
and who is that?
What, Coleman?
Joe Coleman.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe Coleman. We got we just. I mean, my friend Rev got it. I mean, it's just been so many people. Um,
Man, what man in the mirror group?
Oh, the Man in the Mirror group, Boo
Yeah,
Jones and Nate Jenkins. I mean, we can go on and on. And
Jasper.
let me tell you what's going to happen. We are going to move forward, going into the future. We're working on things together, all of us, and we are making some progress that's going to be amazing. Um,
Mm,
I got to
can't
take this.
wait.
I got to also put out some other information that's coming up. So I got to look
The
at something.
announcement.
I got to look at something real quick. Okay,
Trying to look
let
at
me
my.
tell you. On March 27th, at the address is 9033 Central Avenue, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Excuse me. There is a business networking event. This is going to be uh, hosting is Paul the Connector and Medea Logan.
Hmm.
These individuals are amazing with what they're doing. They are connecting people and putting out information, sharing information, and pulling people together, just like you have been doing, Queen Rachel.
Yeah.
So on March 27th, 9033 Central Avenue, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Come out if you have a business. Come out there and network. Come out there and shake hands. Lady Z and I will be there. We was at the last one. It was amazing. You meet some phenomenal people. If you go back and watch on Monday, Motivation Monday, we had Paul the Connector on there,
Mhm.
who is again doing things in the community at a level that's unbelievable. I'm gonna put that address out there one more time. It's 9033 Central Avenue, Capitol Heights, Maryland. And right now, it's free. So just come. Come right from work. If you got a business, come talk about it. Come out there and meet some people. We was there last time. I met a movie director. I met an actor. I met a young lady who has her own line in liquor. And we would
Wow.
just meet. We was just meeting so many people. So I wanted to put that out there and tell you that it's amazing what's going on in our area. Uh,
Yeah.
After May 17th, there's going to be some serious changes with the podcast. Uh, that's going to be, it's nothing but God's blessing. Um, and I can tell you, we can just stand by. But for everybody that came in, I know we ran over, but Queen Rachel deserves that. She gets in and she hangs in there no matter how long it be. And so I didn't want to just rush off. I wanted to again tell you I love you. I love you, Rachel. I really do. And I thank you so much for what you do for everybody else. I thank what you do from your heart, sweetheart. And you know something? I pray that some multi-millionaire look at the program and say, you know what, I'm getting ready to send her $100,000.
Oh Lord.
Hey, you
Oh
put
my.
it, and you know they say if you speak it, you put it out there. You know what I mean? Hey, you never know. You never know. So we just put out there. But Rachel, is it anything that you would like to say before we leave and shut it down for the night?
Yeah. I pray this won't be the last time that I'll be up here. A continuation with the experts, But I want to say thank you for having me here to share my personal story. It means a lot, and you've been the first to do it, you know. And I want to tell the public, you know, if you know anyone, it don't have to be just long haul COVID. Any illnesses, don't have those people to feel like they're a burden. Don't do that. Reach out and see what their needs are and help them. Even if it's a phone call just to say, I love you. I'm just checking in. How you doing? That means so much just to do that alone. So we need
Yes,
to show that love, real love.
that
No
saved
fake.
your life.
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
Just what you just said. It saved your life. Us
Yeah.
calling to tell you that we love you, and come to find out you couldn't even answer the phone. And what you just said was so important. We don't know. Check on your loved ones. Check on people and make sure that you're following through to do what you can to help people. I love you, and you hanging there. It's people to people, power to power, positive
Positive
thinking
people.
people.